Today for our warm-up, we're going to work on landing mechanics. We don't think about jumping and landing as much in rugby as we do in, say, other sports, but essentially what it is how your joints and muscles absorb energy and redistribute them, which is obviously really important in every sport. So how we're going to start working on that is very simple. Your feet are going to be outside your shoulders, you're going to come up on your toes, arms are up. You're going to allow gravity to pull you down into a squat, and you're going to absorb that energy and work on absorbing the energy nice and soft through all your joints and all the lower body muscles. So you're going to come up on your toes and drop. You want to make sure that we're not moving forward into our knees and taking that weight through our toes. So you're coming up and nice and soft down, absorbing that energy, and it's nice and soft. You're going to do 10 of those. After we do 10 of those, you're going to add a hop. You're going to start with a short one and add as high or far as you'd like, depending on how your landing mechanics are. So you're coming up, you're going to land, up, soft landing. Absorb that weight so it's nice and soft on the landing, and you're actually tightening up your core and everything in that lower body as you land. Start with a short hop and add as much height or distance as you can handle with good mechanics. What we're really watching for is that as we're landing on both, that our knees are not collapsing. Our knees should always be out, which is going to get that hip and the glutes going. So you're up, and you're going to do 10. After you do 10, drop with a hop. You're going to add a drop, jump up, and you're going to land on one leg. So you're going to come up, nice soft landing. You're going to do 5 on each side, up. If this is really difficult, just start with a really small hop. You're coming up, and just gauge where you can land safely. If as you land, you can't stick that landing, go back to just drop and just transferring that weight, right? And then as you get more proficient, you're gonna add an increased height, increased depth to absorb that weight. If you've worked through those progressions and your landing is really solid, what we're gonna do is progress to our last progression is you're gonna land on the single leg, hop, and then re-land on that same leg. What it's gonna look like is you're gonna come up, land, and down. Again, we'll do it on the right, up, land, and down. Again, what we're looking for is that knee is nice and stable and we're not dropping that hip on the other side. So you're gonna do 5 on each side. We're gonna start the workout out with legs, of course. You're gonna find a step, doesn't matter how high, we don't want it too high, it's gonna be a little bit too hard on the hip flexors. So something about knee length height or lower, about mid shin would work. You're gonna pop one leg up. Again, if this is tough, find something that's nice and low. From here, we want to tighten our core. We want to make sure that we're not moving forward into the knee. So we always want to lock our rib cage down and breathe in as we go down and breathe out on the way up. From here, we're going to drop that back knee straight down, keeping the weight of our body in the back half of the foot, even though our toes are still on the ground. We want to make sure we're not driving forward. You're going to do 8 reps on each side. On the 8th one, you're going to hold it for 8 seconds at the bottom. So you're going to have 6, 7, and you're going to hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to add 4 hops. After that set of legs, we're going to work the legs and work on some scrum half or ball off the ground movement. Again, if you have a family member that you can pass the ball to, great. If not, use a wall. Plant that outside leg right behind the ball, and then you're going to open up wherever you're passing to. If you don't have a good spin pass, just work on movement and moving that ball through your legs and getting nice and low. So we're loading that back leg, grabbing that ball, going up. You're going to do 10 on each side, and then go back to the legs, and you're going to do 3 rounds of each. Okay, so upper body, we're going to work on some push-ups. You're going to start from your knees or your toes, wherever you're comfortable. What we want to remember is that push-ups that are half, like this, are never going to be functional for a game, because we don't have to do a push-up in a game, but we have to get off the ground, which means your push-ups need to come to the ground. So if you can't do that from your toes, then you need to regress and start from your knees. So there's a couple progressions and regressions for this. So you can start on your knees, you're coming all the way down and all the way up. If that's tough, you're gonna come down and then just roll yourself back up however you need to. What we wanna make sure is that we're not flopping our middle down before our chest. So our hips stay up, and the first thing that touches the ground is the chest, and then get up however you need to. If you can progress from here, you're gonna come up on your toes, come all the way down to the ground, then drop your knees and come back up. Lift the knees, come all the way down, chest hitting first, and then roll yourself back up. Full progression, you're gonna stay on your toes, you're gonna come down and back up. Work about 10 of these. Again, if you can't get 3 sets of 10, then drop your knees so that you can get to your chest to the ground, which is more effective than just kind of shortening the range of motion and doing them half. From there, you're gonna go right into a plank. You're gonna use your ball, whatever ball you have. I'm gonna be on my hands. My feet are just a little bit wider than my hands to keep my core nice and tight. And I'm gonna roll that ball around my arm. Then I'm gonna switch, and I'm gonna roll it along the other one back to the center. I'm gonna do this twice. The big thing what we're looking for is, this is for core, is we wanna make sure that we're not opening up. We wanna keep the hips nice and strong. So I'm firing up that left side as I'm on my right arm, bring it back, and then switch. So we're tightening up through your core, through your rib cage, and also squeezing through your hips. 2 times around, then back to the push-ups. After that straight arm plank with the ball, we're gonna go into a cobra push-up. So it's gonna be focusing on the back of the arms. You're gonna start with your hands right beside your chest, and your hips are actually gonna stay on the ground. Keep your elbows right beside the torso, and you're gonna drive up. So you're actually gonna get arched through your lower back, and you're gonna come back down. You're pushing through the heel of the hand, and you're keeping your elbows right against the torso. We're not coming out into a regular push-up, and you're not bringing the bum back over the feet. You're gonna just drive, and you're gonna push through that heel of the hand, and you're gonna go for 10 reps. Our last core exercise, we're gonna be in a pike position. So I would put your heels down. You're gonna lean back just a little bit, not so far that you're gonna feel a strain, and we don't wanna end up rounding out our back. So keep a nice neutral spine. We're gonna take the ball from the one side, we're gonna toss it up, and to the other side, up. So left to right, you're gonna do 20 times. If you're starting to feel in your lower back, it's because your core's just getting a little bit tired, so take a rest, go to 10 or 5 or whatever you feel comfortable with. Really focusing on keeping the core tight and keeping that neutral lower back. After 20 or 10, you're gonna go back to the regular push-ups, plank, cobra push-ups, and then back to this. Go all of those 3 to 4 rounds, depending on where you're at.